When I bought my townhouse, the biggest selling point was the attached two-car garage, a rare luxury in my tight, suburban HOA neighborhood. I work odd hours and travel for weeks at a time, so knowing my truck was locked up safe gave me peace of mind. The HOA for our block is Whispering Pines Estates. Sounds peaceful, right? Don't let the name fool you. It's a tiny kingdom run by a woman named Karen. She's exactly who you're picturing. Perfect hair helmet, clipboard in hand, nose always in someone else's business. Things came to a head this past spring when I left for a 4-day work trip. Before I left, I backed my truck out to run a last-minute errand. When I came home, I noticed something odd. My garage door was slightly open. I figured maybe I'd hit the remote by accident, so I parked in the driveway, went inside, and nearly had a heart attack when I found Karen's shiny white Lexus parked inside my garage. At first, I thought maybe it was a mistake. I knocked on her door. She answered with that smug smile of hers and actually said, "Oh, I needed the extra space while my driveway gets pressure washed. It's community property, after all." I told her point blank, "No, Karen, that's my private garage. My deed says so." She just shrugged. "You weren't using it anyway." Then she tried to close the door in my face. That's when I decided I'd had enough. I walked back to my garage, checked her car, unlocked, and made sure nothing was leaking or unsafe. Then I hit the button, lowered the door, and turned the deadbolt from the inside. I texted her a friendly note, "Hey Karen, since you love my garage so much, your car's safe and sound. I'm going away for a few days. Enjoy." Then I grabbed my bag, got in my truck, and drove to a buddy's cabin about 3 hours away. I turned off my phone and spent the next 5 days fishing, grilling steaks, and laughing at the thought of Karen stewing in her perfectly manicured house with no car. By the time I got home, my phone was exploding with voicemails from the HOA board, angry emails about theft and hostage property. I ignored every single one. I opened the garage door, backed her car out, parked it neatly in her driveway, and left the keys in her mailbox. When she confronted me screaming about the police, I calmly showed her the security camera footage. It clearly showed her using my garage without permission, which counts as trespassing in our state. The sheriff I called agreed. He even gave her a polite warning about unauthorized entry. Turns out, she was more worried about having an actual trespassing charge than explaining to her husband why the Lexus didn't move for nearly a week. Karen backed off after that, but I wasn't done. I brought it up at the next HOA meeting. I read the whole incident into the minutes, complete with security photos and my doorbell cam clip of her bragging about it being community property. The board was furious. Apparently, she'd done this before, borrowing people's driveways, temporarily using side yards for her landscaping crew. The board voted her out as HOA president right there. She tried to fight it, but nobody stood up for her. A month later, her house went up for sale. Rumor is she moved to another gated community. I can only hope their garages have deadbolts, too. Now when I travel, I double-check my door, set the cameras, and sleep easy knowing my garage is mine. No Karens allowed.